trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice for y'all. Now I gotta outprice for y'all. Snake eyes and dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hay. I woke in the bar today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the balls, I'm flipping the all record. I still count wins when they got it. All record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. All record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. All record. I still want the act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record.
Vaping's kind of like a plague. Vaping is upsetting.
When I see my friends vaping and talking about how they spent this much money and how they've gone through this many vapes this week, just like really, it doesn't give me a positive outlook.
Like having to watch people die due to nicotine. In high school, a lot of my friends did vape, and at times I did feel like peer pressure to do it. Definitely prioritize your health and make sure that you are doing what's best for you. And if you need help, to reach out for it. Don't be afraid.
With me today, we're gonna have a good time. You've convinced me. I'm ready to switch my account. Oh my gosh. Specific answer. They're learning quick. Can we Google it? Whatever. Okay. He's a quick study.
There's so many words I want to say. Be careful. It is a love story.
You bet it is.
Fair.
I wasn't done.
Ask the questions that you think are silly. Thank you for joining. Bye.
There's nothing better than a Subway Series footlong, except when you add a new footlong sidekick, like the boss with a new footlong cookie. This might be my favorite sidekick ever. What?
Every epic footlong deserves a perfect sidekick.
Find your passion. Find your people. Find your purpose. Find your superior.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to UWS Women's Soccer here on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMass Sports Network. This is Matt Johnson coming to you live here from Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, where the Yellow Jackets playing the first of two games to close out the regular season portion of the schedule for 2025. UWS and Bethany Lutheran here in game one of a doubleheader that we'll have both here on 91.3 FM and also on Yellow Jacket TV. The Yellow Jacket women leading things off here against the Vikings, coming into this first of the two matches here on this Friday evening at 8-6-4 now overall, 7-0-3 in the UMAC. Nick Piazza, in his first season at the helm of the Yellow Jacket program, as always, had their two-game winning streak that the Yellow Jackets last time out snapped this past Tuesday night, dropping a 3-1 decision in non-conference action to McAllister in their last action. That game was played, of course, here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium in Superior. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets never led and surrendered two second-half goals on the way to dropping their sixth game here so far in 2025. Scots opened the scoring at 28:57 off a corner kick as Annalise McGee found a loose ball near the 60-yard box and tapped a shot into the side netting to give McAllister a 1-0 lead. The Yellow Jackets came back just over 5 minutes later when Julia Lindau caused a turnover in midfield and found Emma Wright near the 18-yard box with a resulting pass. Wright then fed Brooke Judnick, who placed a shot underneath McAllister keeper Lily Salazar at 34:04 to even up matters at 1-1 heading into the intermission. But the Scots took control in the second half as Erica Hamilton led the eventual game winner at 53-37 before Michaela Edmonds added an insurance tally of 58-38 to make it a 3-1 final. For the game, McAllister held an 18-10 edge in total shots, including a 9-4 advantage in shots on target. Quinn Clark went all the way in goal for the Yellow Jackets, making 6 saves to take the loss. Meanwhile, Bethany Lutheran comes in here at 8-7-2 overall so far here in 2025, including 8-2-1 in the UMAC. Ryan Nichols, their head coach, is in his second season at the helm of the Vikings program. They are coming off of a regular season non-conference finale of their own that was played on Tuesday, and they dropped it to UW River Falls by the score of 8-0. That game was played at Raymer Soccer Stadium down in River Falls. In that contest, the Falcons of UW River Falls scored 4 times in each half and held a 32-7 edge in total shots to hand the Vikings their 7th loss of the season. Macy Zins got the scoring started early for River Falls, finding the back of the net just 1:21 in the contest to give the Falcons a quick 1-0 lead. And from there, the Falcons got 2 goals from Sarah Wagner at 15:57 and 54:46 to go, along with additional tallies from Lauren Best at 26:05, Brooke McDaniel at 37:27, Emery Bigler at 49:22, Lexi Moen at 71:29, and Mariah Martin at 73:48 to complete the scoring. Sarah Lara Tabuena went all the way in goal, meanwhile, for Bethany Lutheran in that contest, making 12 saves to take the loss. So both these teams coming off of defeats last time out, and both teams will look to get on the winning side of the ledger here. For Bethany Lutheran, by the way, this is their regular season finale before they head into the UMAC Conference Tournament next week. For the Yellow Jackets, after today, they will have another game yet to play against Martin Luther tomorrow. We'll talk more about that, of course, as the broadcast moves along. But that's the situation here as the Yellow Jackets taking on Bethany Lutheran here in game one of our doubleheader here on this Halloween evening here in Superior. Temperatures, by the way, in the mid-50s. Very rainy, however, and cold on the playing surface. And we expect rain throughout the game here tonight, so we'll see how that affects things as well. But as we move along, that's the situation here between the Yellow Jackets and the Bethany Lutheran Vikings as we head into this contest. And with that being the case, we'll take our first break of our pregame show, which, as always, is sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, and come back with more, including a conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Nick Piazza. That's coming up in just a couple minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Women's Soccer on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson back now, joined by Yellow Jacket head coach Nick Piazza. And Coach, I know the final regular season weekend of the year, kind of amazing to say that, really, all things being considered. I felt like this year really flew right by, and maybe it's a sign of my age, maybe it's a sign of just being around the program a lot, but it seems like this year went really fast. Obviously, there's still a lot of soccer left to be played. I'm not going to put, a moratorium on the season quite yet, but at the same time, 2 games to play. You guys are playing for not just home field advantage in the playoffs, but also the number 1 seed in the conference title this weekend. Bethany Lutheran tonight, and also Martin Luther tomorrow. I want to touch a little bit, though, on the McAllister game before we get into the next 2 games here. Non-conference game, a familiar opponent. We talked about that when you guys played them on Tuesday. They're a team that, traditionally is pretty physical, pretty skilled, and pretty quick up top. You guys got to 1-1 with them at the half, and in the second half, they took advantage of a couple plays and a couple opportunities that they had. Just want to get your overall assessment on how you felt the game against McAllister went, and what you're thinking about heading into these weekend games against Bethany Lutheran and Martin Luther.
Yeah, well, first of all, it was very well done by McAllister. I think, like you said, I think their front players were very fluid. They were very dynamic in the way they attacked, and honestly, that's what we wanted to see at this point right now. So I think they did very well in executing their game plan. But yeah, like you talked about, a couple of the goals, on a different day, they might not be going in for them, or we might not be letting something like that happen to us. So I think there's a lot of positives to take away from the game and a lot of positives to pull from it to go into the weekend. It's just a matter of, these games, they're used to evaluate. That's what we're using them for. So can we get this last final look at how we play and make any corrections we feel like we need to make before we go into this weekend and have, like you said, we got 2 really good conference games to play left in this year. So
I want to talk about a couple of the freshmen now that we really haven't talked about as much this year, but they've been seeing a lot of playing time these last few weeks. They've really kind of cemented themselves in the rotation. That being Sophie Adler and Charlie Lindsley. At the beginning of the year, they weren't as much in the rotation, maybe, and getting minutes that maybe they would have hoped to have got, but boy, they have stepped in these last few weeks, and it seems like they're really settling in now, especially Charlie in the back. She played a lot of central defense against McAllister on Tuesday. It seems like she's been getting her minutes kind of squared away, and then Sophie running that wing. It seems like those 2 have really, like I said, cemented their place in your rotation.
Yeah, Sophie's a player that was getting minutes right away in the season. She came in with one of the highest fitness scores on the team, and that's always something that we're going to look at right away. So especially in a 3-back, 3-5-2, to have a player that can do that on the wing and just be able to run like that. She's very athletic. She is relentless in a lot of ways, which I really like. And then, yeah, you're right. Charlie's gotten in a lot more right now, and I think the reason why it comes so late sometimes is when we're looking at these spots, we really look at what builds a body of work. It's not necessarily just about one thing here or there. It's sort of a culmination of things that just build the trust and really show us that the ability is there and the mentality is there, and when a player is ready for something like that. You can never tell when the tipping point is going to be with players coming in. So it's always a mystery, but it's really been lately. She's found a really good rhythm and a really good confidence in how she plays.
Also want to touch on one of your juniors, Julia Lindau, who had a lower body injury that she suffered during the summer, kept her out of the lineup for a little while. Now she seems to be back almost to full strength. She was the one that really created your guys' goal against McAllister, made a really nice defensive play, and then started the scoring play eventually, with Brooke Judnick getting the finish. But I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but Julia really adds a different dynamic to your team when she's in there, doesn't she?
Yeah, she sees things differently, and it's such a threat for the opponents, especially to go from who's in there at the start of the game, and then we switch up, and now it really is a different type of attack. It's a different type of it's something that the opponent is going to have to adjust to a lot and just be aware of. So it's really good to just have that switch up kind of, and she's just so smart with what she does with the ball.
Now turning these 2 games, the final 2 regular season games of the year, heading into the UMAC tournament. We'll probably talk more about that as it approaches next week. Obviously, you guys undefeated in the conference through 10 games. Hopefully that sticks this weekend. Bethany Lutheran first, and then Martin Luther. Obviously, 2 big games. You're also at home. We talked about that. Going into the McAllister game. What's going to be the biggest key you think for your team to have a successful weekend here, heading into the UMAC tournament?
I mean, anytime at this point in the season, and especially when you're coming up to back-to-back games, it's adaptability, it's versatility, it's problem solving. We've already seen this year in conference that just because we played an opponent once, it doesn't mean they're going to play us the same way the second time. So, I can do as much scouting as I want on an opponent. They can come out and play a different style, and it's basically that just goes out the window then. Everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face, right?
Right, yeah.
So, it just comes down to the team's ability to problem solve on the field, and as coaches, making sure that we're seeing the big picture of what's going on and just working with the players to solve what's happening out on the field.
All right, Nick, well, thanks for your time as always. Good luck this weekend, and we'll be talking again probably relatively soon here, I would think.
Thanks a lot, Matt.
Yeah, Yellow Jacket head coach Nick Piazza. I'll be right back with my Yellow Jacket women's soccer right after this on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. All right, just hold it there now for like Matt Johnson back here as we begin the first half of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and Bethany Lutheran here on Yellow Jacket TV, also hopefully on KUWS streaming before we get all things done here. We seem to be having some technical problems back in the studio, but in the meantime, we are back here. Opening kick tonight taken by Bethany Lutheran, was sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, and we are officially underway. Yellow Jackets going from left to right, a few series notes between these two. UWS leads the all-time series with the Vikings 17-9-3 since their first matchup back on September 11th, 2004. Currently, the Yellow Jackets are on a 3-game winning streak in the series, including posting a 4-0 shutout of the Vikings in the two teams' first matchup back on October 4th. The game was played at Shields Field in Mankato. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets got 2 goals from Neve Larson to go along with additional tallies from Julia Lindau and Abby Carlson in getting the win. UWS also held a 13-9 edge in total shots, which included a 10-5 advantage in shots on target. Quinn Clark made 5 saves in that contest for the Yellow Jackets, while Araya Baker had 6 saves for the Vikings. So that's how the first matchup between these two took place. And now the Vikings will send this ball deep into Yellow Jacket territory. Far side of the field, it's Taylor to Cook for the Yellow Jackets, one of the seniors on this squad. We'll send the ball to the far side of the field. Beth Schneider for UWS. Playing it for Bryn Crystal, and now back the other way. Here comes Schneider, getting a step, trying to play it into space. Now trying to run through. Here's Quinn Clark. Clark for the Yellow Jackets trying to get around Araya Baker, and Baker at the top of her box, able to take it off the Yellow Jacket captain's foot on that one. Nice play by Baker. It's an early opportunity there for the Yellow Jackets. Quinn Clark, UWS entering this game, having scored 46 goals on the campaign while giving up 23. And Bethany Lutheran so far on the season, 46 goals for them, but they've given up 43 as well. Meanwhile, the Yellow Jackets now in possession. Here's Bryn Crystal. Getting a ball over the top. It'll skip by the defender, and now coming in, here's Neve Larson. Larson for the Yellow Jackets. Looking to cross it into the middle. Trying to get there first was Hill, able to be turned out here by the Vikings. And now here's Elena Lujan Rubio, leading the conference in goals with 19 on the season. And her pass through the middle, that one going to be intercepted by UWS. And picking it up now for the Yellow Jackets is Bryn Crystal. Cam Hill now playing it wide to the near side of the field. Now it will skip through everybody. And it'll come to the near side. It'll be a throw here for the Vikings. Just underway here, just about 2.5 minutes into this opening half. Thank you for joining us. The Yellow Jackets and the Vikings here, game 1 of 2 before we go off the air for the evening here. UWS men and the Vikings will do battle in game number 2. In the meantime, here's a ball now near side. Sophie Adler trying to bring that ball down for UWS. Here's Kasha Kovala now dipping in to intercept an outlet feed. And now this one will go out of play, and it'll be a throw here coming up for the Yellow Jackets off of Lujan Rubio. And Neve Larson will take it here for the Yellow Jackets. Throw coming in now. Here's Kovala. Back for Larson. And Larson couldn't handle it. Now a ball up the near side. Charlie Lindsley for the Yellow Jackets will send it over the right side. And it will be a throw here for the Vikings. Throw coming in now. And it will come all the way back now into Bethany Lutheran territory. They'll send it all the way back for Baker in goal. And Baker will go to the far side of the field with the pass. Bethany Lutheran pretty patient in their build-ups, or they have been in the past anyway, heading into this game here tonight. And we'll have a throw now up on the far side of the field. Throw coming in, it's going to be a foul throw. Don't see that call real often in college soccer these days, but that's the whistle on the far side against Inez Fernandez, 5-foot senior. On the throw in for the Vikings, she gets called for lifting her back foot on the throw, therefore a foul throw. And the Yellow Jackets with their throw now, staying in the middle. Here's Lujan Rubio playing it back, and now the Vikings will try to send it near side, and this pass is too hot for the intended recipient of it. And it will be a throw now for the Yellow Jackets. Taking it quickly, Neve Larson. Now in for Charlie Lindsley. Check it. It's Sophie Adler for UWS, and she'll go back in the middle now. Wearing one of the 3 captain's armbands for the night is Megan Bergerson, and she'll play this ball at the left foot toward midfield. Julia Taylor now for the Yellow Jackets. Gets dispossessed by Lujan Rubio. Now ball coming into Yellow Jacket territory. Lindsley sending it wide. Here's Neve Larson. Larson for UWS. Looking for Cam Hill. Picking it up now, Julia Taylor. And Taylor now will just send it into the 18. And that'll be grabbed by Baker on a couple of hops. She'll hold on to it here. Again, just underway. 6 minutes or so elapsed in this first half. No score. Matt Johnson alongside my production engineers, both at 91.3 FM KUWS streaming, the streaming service, that being Gus Shupp, and also with Evan Ludwig of Yellow Jacket TV. Here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, no score as of yet. There's a ball now coming into the middle. A little bit of a miscommunication there, looked like by the Vikings, trying to get it out of their own end. Now here is Julia Taylor, Kasha Kovala for UWS. And her return pass for Taylor, picked off by the Jackets. Kovala has it again on the right foot. Now she'll go back for Lindsley. Charlie Lindsley. Wayward pass now intended for Kovala, picked off now by Emma Rowan here for Bethany Lutheran, and it's Kia Lakander. Going back in the middle. Now ball to the near side, Emma Rowan. And that one will go out of play. Throw coming up here for the Vikings. Taken on the near side here by Rowan. The throw comes in, headed down by UWS, and now Kovala trying to turn. Instead, it's going to be played over the top by Ruhan Rubio, off in the corner, looking for Mia Johnson on the run. And now here's the cross coming in toward the 6-yard area, and it'll be played out by Adler, and the Vikings will have the first corner kick of the contest. 6 minutes and 34 seconds into this opening half. Lujan Rubio, like I said, 19 goals, 7 assists for her this season for the Vikings. She'll take this one near side corner flag. Sends it in toward the 6, skips off the head of the intended recipient there. That being Riley Ping, and the Yellow Jackets will just clear it out, and we'll have a throw here coming up. Looks like it will be Johnson that'll take it. Throw comes in for Lakander. Now Johnson crossing it in. This ball coming back up the middle as the Jackets clear it. And now it's Kovala. Kasha Kovala hitting it over the top. Neve Larson now on the run. See if the ball will hang up for her. Larson will just run out of room as it comes over the near side, and we'll have a throw now for the Vikings. 7.5 elapsed here, half number 1. As the throw will be taken by Rowan. And now that one deflects out for a goal kick here for Baker, the junior from Andover, Minnesota. Baker's goal kick to the far side of the field. Now flicked up in the air. Crystal trying to bring it down. Instead it'll go out of play far side. Throw here coming up now for the Vikings. And they play it in for Roxy Rayberg. Now continuing on was Reese Morad. That one picked off by UWS's Charlie Lindsley, the freshman, getting another start here tonight for the Jackets. Turning on the left foot. And playing it up the wing, looking for Beth Schneider. That one will go out of play, and it'll be a throw here coming up now for the Vikings. Throw comes in for Lakander. Her ball now through the middle of the field. Skips through a couple players. And now coming as Quinn Clark, and the Vikings are going to score. Coming in as Ping. Jackets got turned around defensively. Ping got through a couple of different players. Jackets couldn't find the tackle. And Ping scores it, and the Vikings out to a 1-0 lead. Just 8 minutes and 48 seconds in the opening half. Boy. That's the kind of error you just can't make in the back in the game like this. A simple play across the middle of the box, and the Jackets just missed it. For Ping, it's goal number 6. I didn't get the assist on it, but wow. Not the start you want if you're UWS. See, the Jackets can come back. Now Neve Larson for the Jackets. Coming in. Trying to clip it back. There's nobody there in a white jersey as she got into the 18. Tried to clip it around. And now Lindsley for the Yellow Jackets. Kasha Kovala. Sophie Adler. Now playing over the top to nobody, and it'll be grabbed On the edge of the 18 here by Baker. She'll hold on to it. So Ping gets the goal. And yet again, the Jackets behind here. Third straight game now, the Yellow Jackets have given up the first goal of the game. There's Lujan Rubio now triggering Ping again, near side. Ping going to try to cross it into the 18. DeCook trying to clear it away, picked off by Lujan Rubio. Now there's another shot coming in on goal, and that one will be saved. That one off the left foot of Rayberg. Jackets had a good start, first couple of minutes, but have really taken their foot off the gas here the last few. And give the Vikings credit. They took advantage of the Jackets. And now they're playing with some momentum here. Morad now turning with it in Yellow Jacket territory. Lujan Rubio. Johnson now coming in on the edge of the 18, and she'll run out of real estate. Bergerson now for the Yellow Jackets off the goal kick. Sending it forward. Now Larson. Just leave it outside now, Sophie Adler. Handling a ball near side, looking for Cam Hill. Hill for the Yellow Jackets now turning on the right foot. Hill will try to play it in the middle. Turned away now by Bethany Lutheran. They'll play it up the middle. Taylor trying to get there first. She gets edged out now on that side by Rayberg. Now here's Morad. Rubio. Jackets able to turn it back. Nice defensive play there by UWS's Charlie Lindsley, and we're going to have a stoppage of the clock. And I think they're going to say that Bryn Crystal has some blood on her there, so she's going to have to come off the field for a moment. By the way, for the Vikings, that's their 47th goal of the season, that goal by Ping. That one coming at 8:48. Like I said, the Yellow Jackets just whiffed on the tackle attempt, and Ping got inside, came in, and slid it in the side netting around Quinn Clark, who came a little bit late. Jackets had a good opportunity in the first couple of minutes with Cam Hill. The difference was Baker actually made the save on Hill. Clark didn't. And now the Jackets are in a hole. Like I said, third straight game, the Jackets have surrendered the first goal. Now Rayberg playing it on the right side. Continuing it on over there was Reese Morad. Morad continuing it on, and that one will now run over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick here for Clark. Off the restart, it's Neve Larson for the Yellow Jackets. And a foul going to be called here on Paige Winkleman as an angling ball toward midfield allowed Beth Schneider to be clipped from behind. And the Yellow Jackets now restarting with Bryn Crystal, who's back on the field. Now Lujan Rubio playing it back. Kovala able to get her foot on an outlet pass. It'll now deflect into Bethany Lutheran territory near side. Now ball up the middle. Here's Bryn Crystal now. Crystal, and now she'll just dribble it out of play near side. Throw coming up now, taken by Emma Rowan. Here's Cam Hill now, able to dispossess Caitlin Bills. Now it's Kasha Kovala, and she'll get under this one and send it well over the top of the goal and out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Baker. Goal kick here for Baker. Off the goal kick, the Vikings now with Lujan Rubio. Turning on the left foot. Finding Ping, who will now send it to the outside. Now Lujan Rubio still on the move. And it'll go out of play off of Sophie Adler. Near sideline for a Vikings throw. Rowan will take it. In for Lakander. And the Vikings have had virtually all the possession ever since the goal by Ping at 8:48. Approaching the quarter of an hour mark. 1-0 your score. Now Julia Taylor able to turn it back. Yellow Jackets with Cam Hill. Hill making a couple of nice plays. Now we'll send it off for Beth Schneider. Schneider coming in at an angle, and the flag goes up. Near side for an offside. It'll be the first offside whistle of the contest. Comes 14 and a half minutes into this opening half. It's unfortunate, too, because Schneider would have had a good look at goal, although it was stopped by Baker. And we'll have a free kick now for the Vikings. Paige Winkleman will take the free kick. Comes toward midfield. Now here's Megan Bergerson for the Yellow Jackets intercepting. And now she'll play it into space. Beth Schneider on the run. Off in the corner. Waiting for teammates to get forward, and then she'll dribble it out of play. The feeling the Yellow Jackets are kind of rushing things a little bit at times here, especially on the offensive end. Still 1-0 your score. Baker will take this one. Goal kick is short. Julia Taylor now picking it up for UWS on the right foot. Taylor, and I'm not sure where she's trying to go with that ball. Just sends it in the 18, nowhere near it. Or any Yellow Jacket players, and it's grabbed by Baker, and she'll send it now to the outside. Here's Fernandez. Now Kovala trying to angle the ball through. Coming in now is Neve Larson. Larson with a shot attempt. That one saved by Baker, who came off of her line, and now the Vikings will send it to the far side. First good look for Neve Larson. The save is made. And now the Vikings trying to come back on the counter. Here's Rexy Rayberg. Playing in the middle, here's Johnson now. On for Lujan Rubio. Now Ping on the outside. And Ping will get a shot away, and it'll deflect out, and it'll be a corner kick. So both teams with good looks here these last couple of seconds. Corner kick number 2 here for the Vikings. This one will be taken by Lujan Rubio. Bends the ball in toward the 6, headed away now by UWS's Charlie Lindsley. And now the Jackets trying to come back on a counter. Beth Schneider leading the Jackets 3-on-3 as they cross midfield. Now playing it on. And now Cameron Hill is going to be whistled on the offside. Another offside call gives a free kick here to the Vikings. And now Beth Schneider is going to have to leave the field. Second Yellow Jackets had to come off now for blood, it looks like. Clock stops, 27:30 remaining. Reminder, stick around for halftime. Sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll have our first half summary, a look at the first half stats, and we'll also catch you up on all the goings on with Yellow Jacket Athletics. All that coming up in 27 minutes and 30 seconds of game time. In the meantime, we will have a free kick now for the Vikings. They're going to add 7 seconds to the clock here, and it looks like UWS is going to take the opportunity now to bring in a substitute. Looks like Emma Wright might enter the game here for the Jackets. And looks like they're going to send Wright now to that left side. She'll play on the wing. And she replaces Beth Schneider, who is being attended to now at the trainer's table across the way. In the meantime, the free kick now for Lujan Rubio. Handling the ball on the near side. Adler for the Yellow Jackets intercepts. Now Bryn Crystal. Crystal missing her ball to the outside. Kia Lakander taking over now. Ball back through the middle. And now they chip it to the near side of the field. Charlie Lindsley intercepting a pass toward the 18. Adler now back for Lindsley. Now Julia Taylor. Taylor now against a couple of players. Coughs it up as Lakander picks it up for the Vikings. Johnson now. Rayberg to the far side for Morad. Now a funny deflection as the ball comes into the 18. Finally cleared away by Adler. And we'll have a throw here coming up for UWS. Vikings leading at 1-0. The goal, Riley Ping, her 6th of the season. She came in on the left side of the Yellow Jacket 18. Jackets missed a tackle on that side. Quinn Clark came a little bit late and allowed Ping to slide it into the right side netting. And that's where we stand, 1-0 your tally. Now the Vikings, again, with more possession as Bills plays it up the middle. Kova was able to get there first, but she gets bumped off now by Lujan Rubio, who goes all the way back for Baker. Baker sending it to the near side. Now a ball coming in toward the 18, looking for Neve Larson. Bills trying to run her down. Bills now on her own end line, and she'll play it off of Larson for a Bethany Lutheran goal kick. Baker's goal kick now comes near side. Lujan Rubio will bring it down. Now she'll play it wide here for Ping. Rowan now back for Lujan Rubio, near sideline in her own territory. And now she'll dribble it out for a Yellow Jacket throw near side. Sophie Adler now on the throw. Throw coming in now. Here's Charlie Lindsley. Crystal now. We'll switch it for Taylor to Cook. Cook's ball on the far side. Intercepted by Mia Johnson and then played out. Throw comes in for Morad. Now Kovala. Here's Taylor now clipping it over the top looking for Wright. Emma Wright will take it wide. Wright now for the Yellow Jackets. Playing it short. Here's Kasha Kovala. Kovala trying to get a shot away. Didn't get as much on it as she wanted, and it's an easy stop for Baker at her far post. Approaching the midway point of this opening half. 1-0 in favor of the Vikings. Riley Ping, her 6th goal of the season. And that's where we stand here. Like I said, the Jackets have now established a pattern of falling behind. Did it against Morris. Came back to win that game 4-1. Did it against McAllister and lost 3-1. Last time out, we'll see how this one ends up. In the meantime, ball on the far side now. Here's Roxy Rayberg. Vikings have been much more composed in possession than the Jackets have so far. Here's Paige Winkleman now for Bethany Lutheran. Her ball across midfield. And Bergerson will track it down. She'll go all the way back for Clark in goal. Clark now to the far side. Now Taylor to Cook from Bergerson. Advancing toward the midway stripe. Now playing it off. Here's Emma Wright. Jackets now breaking up on the far side. I'm not sure why Emma Wright decided she tried to cross that ball in. She mishit it anyway. Came into the 6. And it was easy pickings again here for Baker as she's got it at the top of her 18. Ball up the middle now. Here's Crystal trying to bring it down. Ball now being picked up. Here's Winkleman now to the near side. Emma Rowan, her ball through the middle. Julia Taylor able to intercept. Crystal, Neve Larson. Now Kovala She gets edged out again by Rayberg. And now Rayberg coming forward. Plays it into space. Clark off of her line will get there first. Bergerson now for UWS. To Cook to the far side. Now here's Emma Wright. Wright stepping inside. Now here's a ball for Cam Hill. Winkleman able to cut that off. And now Lujan Rubio plays it off in the corner. Lindsley now with Megan Bergerson. Bergerson's ball now looking for Cam Hill. Hill now for the Jackets. Plays it over the top. Looking for Neve Larson. Larson coming in now on the left foot. Larson gets a shot away and another save by Baker. Ball still loose. And that one will go out of play, and it'll be a goal kick. Jackets have had 3 of those now where they just have not been able to find the back of the net. Substitutions now for UWS as Julia Lindau is going to come in, as is Lily Clocker. Baker taking the goal kick. Finds Riley Ping near side. Now Lujan Rubio flicking it inside for Ping. To the near side for Morad, and that's over her foot and out of play. Here's the throw now for Julia Lindau. Lindau with a heavy touch and allows the Vikings to take over. LaCandra to the far side. Now here's Mia Johnson. Her ball back, now picked off by Cam Hill. Hill now for the Yellow Jackets. Stepping over on the right foot. She'll turn and get a shot away, and that one over the top. And it'll go off for another goal kick here for Bethany Lutheran. Goal kick for Baker here. By the way, if you can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets, tune in to Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garver and me throughout the years. We sit down with Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uwsyellowjackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcast. Now as we return to live action, it's Lily Clocker for the Jackets on the right foot. Now Crystal. Ben Crystal hitting it forward now. Now Lujan Rubio trying to turn. Lindell will play it back now. Here's Charlie Lindsley for UWS. Bren Crystal. Her ball forward. That one picked by Bills, and now the Vikings again trying to come forward. Sophie Adler collects for UWS. Goes to the far side for Megan Bergerson. Bergerson now with the left foot. Lifting it forward. Emma Wright now finding it. Here's Cam Hill. Hill turning to the inside. Hill gets a shot away. Save is made again by Baker. She's been the best player so far for the Vikings, and now this one will be played out near side, but the Jackets got to find a way to score a goal here. Adler's throw. Lindau now turns it over. And now Lindsley. Clocker now will go back. Here is Megan Bergerson. Outlet pass. That one's picked off. Rayberg's ball through the middle. That one's picked off by UWS's Crystal now. And Crystal trying to go to the outside with the pass for DeCook. That one intercepted by the Vikings, Rayberg. And now she'll go back here for Fernandez. All the way back now for Baker. Baker's ball to the outside. That one intercepted. And offside was Cam Hill. Third time the Jackets been whistled on that call so far. 17 and a half minutes remaining in the half. Still 1-0 in favor of the Vikings. Winkleman off the free kick now. Sends it up the middle. Nobody in a black jersey near that one. It's picked off now by UWS's Charlie Lindsley, and then she gives it right back to Lujan Rubio. Lujan Rubio now playing Mia Johnson off in the corner. Johnson getting around to Cook, crossing it in toward the 6. That one will be grabbed here by UWS's Quinn Clark, and she'll roll it now for Megan Bergerson. Bergerson now for Emma Wright. Lujan Rubio intercepts. Now it's Rayberg. Back for Lujan Rubio. Lujan Rubio turning on the inside. Now for Ping on the outside. Overhit the pass a bit. Ping running it in the corner. Now Riley Ping. Through the middle, and the shot attempt there taken by Rayberg, and it'll go over the end line. The Jackets will make a couple more substitutions here, as we're nearly 2/3 of the way into this opening half. Neve Larson's going to check out. Looks like they're going to move Emma Wright to the near side. Bryn Johnson is in. Brooke Judnick now is going to play in the middle. And it's a goal kick here for UWS. Taken quickly here by Quinn Clark for the Jackets. Near side, it's Sophie Adler. Adler playing her ball forward now. Read by Bills, intercepted by the Vikings, and now it's Winkleman. Now Adler playing it into space. Emma Wright now trying to get there ahead of Winkleman. Now a loose ball in the 18. Judnick overran it. And now this one will go out of play. It'll be a throw here for the Yellow Jackets. It's like Sophie Adler will be the one to take it here. Adler on the throw. Comes right back for Sophie Adler. Now she'll play at an angle into the 18. Bryn Johnson trying to get there, and then her heavy touch will result in a goal kick. Baker will take this one. 14:40 and counting remaining in the half. A reminder, we'll have our halftime programming. Sponsored by Hobbler Incorporated. Once we go final whistle in this opening 45 minutes, we'll have our first half summary. A look at the first half stats. And then we'll have also our Yellow Jacket Sports Summary, all that coming up less than 15 minutes from now. In the meantime, standing over this one now on the right foot, it's Winkleman. She'll send this one over midfield. Lujan Rubio trying to go right at UWS's Sophie Adler. Adler out-muscle her for the ball. And then Adler lofting over the top near side. Bills going down. Now here's Emma Wright. And Wright trying to hit Bryn Johnson. We'll have it deflected out for a Yellow Jacket throw. Near sideline. It looks like Bryn Crystal's going to come over and take it. And they're going to back her up a few feet here. Throw comes in now. Emma Wright. Wright. A couple of Vikings around her now. Here is Bryn Crystal trying to play it through the middle. That one takes a funny hop off the foot of Winkleman up the middle. Rayberg comes back, and now she'll send it to the far side of the field. Bergerson for the Yellow Jackets. Johnson's ball back. That one picked off by Rayberg defensively. Now Crystal. Lindow for the Yellow Jackets. Now the Vikings with Mia Johnson on the left foot. Playing it for Ping. Adler for the Yellow Jackets toward midfield, and that one will be volleyed out now. Throw coming up for UWS, taken here by Adler. Throw comes in, taken now by Lujan Rubio. Rowan now, playing it into the middle. Two teams hitting the ball back and forth at the moment. Now Lindell will go back with this pass for Lindsley, and the Jackets will now send to the far side for Bergerson. Ball for Judnick. Intercepted. Now clipped over the top here by Bryn Johnson. Now Judnick will go back here for Charlie Lindsley. Crystal now picking up a loose ball near midfield. Back for Lindsley. Plays it wide now. Here's Emma Wright. Wright for the Yellow Jackets on the touch now for Judnick. And we're going to have a foul called here on Caitlin Bills. It'll be a free kick for UWS. 11 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, first half. Spirit Choice Credit Union Stadium, the venue. 1-0 the lead to the Vikings. They've led since 8:48 in this half. On the goal by Riley Ping, her 6th of the season. Jackets now with a free kick in a good spot. Julia Lindau standing over this one. Two-player wall now for Baker and the Vikings. Bethany Lutheran, meanwhile, man marking at the top of the 18. Here's the free kick now from Lindau. Cleared away by the Vikings near side. Hit it to the top of the 18. And this ball now blasted out of play by Ping with the left foot. It'll be a throw now for the Yellow Jackets. Lindsley takes it quickly. Adler. Emma Wright. She'll turn it over to Lujan Rubio, who comes forward. Gets around Bryn Crystal. Plays it wide now. Intercepted by DeCook. Now Crystal collecting again. Lujan Rubio now for the Vikings. Kia Lakander for the Vikings. Now playing it forward. Here's Morad trying to turn and go. DeCook trying to clear away. Now Lily Clocker taking over for UWS. DeCook. Clocker. Back for Bergerson. Throw coming up. Taken by Bergerson now for Bryn Johnson. Charlie Lindsley now. Hanging the ball over midfield. Takes a funny hop. Coming through. Now here's Judnick. Has Emma Wright with her. Right. Waiting for the ball to catch up. Now cuts to the middle. Now cuts back to the right. Beats Judnick, edge of the 18. Then try to get it back for Wright. That one took a deflection, and the Vikings able to clear it. DeCook. Bergerson now. Trying to go wide with it for Bryn Johnson. Johnson will go right back for Lindsley. Ball forward now looking for Emma Wright. Heavy touch, and the Vikings again sending it over midfield. Adler for the Yellow Jackets. And it'll be a throw now for the Vikings. And now Bethany Lutheran going to make a substitution. They don't have the deepest bench. And it looks like they're going to take Reese Morad out of the game here. It's Inez Vanderwagen that's coming in here now for Bethany Lutheran with 8 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the half. Here's the throw. Adler getting her head to it. Now Lindau. Now Lily Clocker. Bryn Johnson overhitting a pass through the middle, looking for Brooke Judnick. And Baker, who's had 3 or 4 really good saves so far in the first half, distributes it near side. Now Wright picks it off. Lily Clocker on the turn. That ball gets through everybody to the corner. Bryn Johnson now trying to cross it in, and Baker will grab that out of her far post. Jackets had a couple of runners, but Baker able to cut it off. And she'll now give it a ride toward midfield. Clocker able to bring it down. Now she'll play it wide for her fellow freshman, Bryn Johnson. Spear native Johnson now on the right foot. Trying to send it through. Right for the Yellow Jackets. Gets bumped off the play. by Rowan, and Rowan now for the Vikings tries to play it near side. It goes out of play for Ping. Adler for the Jackets will take the throw. Throw comes in now. Here's Lindau. Lindau on the turn. Plays it for Bryn Crystal. Crystal for the Jackets. Switches the field for DeCook. Taylor DeCook, far side. Continuing it on now, here's Bryn Johnson trying to cross it in toward the 6. Nobody in a white jersey can get there, and Lekander will take the opportunity to clear it. Lindsley. Now Bergerson. Clocker. Bryn Crystal. Back outside for DeCook. Looking for Bryn Johnson. Johnson trying to turn. Vikings now will go back for Baker. He sends up the far side now. Lujan Rubio. Hitting Rayberg open in the middle of the field. Vikings now back on a counter. Here's a ball into the Yellow Jacket 18. That should be pretty easy for Clark, and it is. Comes to the top of her 18, and we'll roll it now for Megan Bergerson. Bergerson for UWS. DeCook crossing midfield. Angling it on, and that's out of play. Thrown out for the Vikings. Now back to live action on the field. Ball to the far side. Megan Bergerson for UWS. Playing it back now for Crystal. Al Clark comes out of her 18. For Lindsley in the middle. Bergerson. Lofting a ball over the top now. Brent Johnson's got a step. Flag stays down. Jackets with numbers. Johnson, I'm not sure what she was trying to do there either with the right foot. Should have slowed it down a bit. Said she overhit the cross backside. Jackets with a 9-5 edge in total shots, including 5-3 in shots on goal thus far, but now the goal kick taken. By Baker, and that one will be played out by Lindau with the left foot. Throw here for the Vikings, near side. Rowan on the toss. Bryn Crystal will try to run it down. Now Charlie Lindsley. Going back for Megan Bergerson. Bergerson for UWS on the left foot. Hopping a ball to the far side now. Brooke Judnick. Bryn Johnson. Ball up the middle now. Here's Emma Wright. Wright for the Yellow Jackets. Now the Jackets off the turnover. Bryn Johnson. Judnick coming in at an angle. Brooke Judnick with the right-footed shot in the back of the net, but the offside flag goes up. It's the fourth time the Jackets been caught on an offside now. Free kick now for Bethany Lutheran. All right, off that resulting free kick, Lujan Rubio for the Vikings. And this one will go out of play. Actually, it's still in on that far side. Lujan Rubio now dancing through a couple of Jackets players, now continuing her run forward. Now ball off into space. Far side of the field. Mia Johnson for Bethany Lutheran. She'll leave it back. Lujan Rubio now will send it into the Yellow Jacket 18. Nobody there. And Clark will now give it a ride. Back toward midfield. Carries into Viking territory. And Caitlin Bills now will play it out. Throw coming up now. Here's Sophie Adler's throw. Coming near side, here's Bills with it now against right, and that one will be tackled out. Another goal kick here. Baker off the goal kick now. Sends it to the far side of the field. The Cook now for the Yellow Jackets. Heavy touch now allows Sophie Adler to take over. Now angling a ball forward. Vikings intercepting that. 1:20 remaining in the half. Vikings leading at 1-0 on the goal by Riley Ping. Now up the middle. Adler. Lindsley's ball. Now here's Lily Clocker. Julia Lindau. She loses possession, and now here for the Vikings is Lujan Rubio as we go under a minute remaining in the half. Now Clark will come to the top of her 18 and grab that one. And we'll give it a ride toward midfield. Takes a deflection now into space. Now Judnick with a chance here for the Jackets. Trying to head it down. Winkleman able to get there first, and then the Jackets run into each other. Wright and Judnick colliding, and that allowed the Vikings to clear it over midfield. Now cross coming in, so it takes a deflection. 25 seconds remaining in the half. Well, giving the ball a ride was Clark. And another overhit ball now on the wing here by Bryn Johnson. That'll about do it. Jackets have some work to do at the break. As the clock runs out, Bethany Lutheran, as time expires, on the strength of the goal by Riley Ping, will head into intermission leading it. Your score after 45 minutes, Bethany Lutheran 1, Yellow Jackets nothing. We'll take a quick break and come back with our halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Women's Soccer on 91.3 FM, KUWS streaming, and also on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson back here as the Yellow Jackets and Bethany Lutheran have reached halftime of Game 1 of our doubleheader here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. Your score, Bethany Lutheran 1, Yellow Jackets nothing. UWS had several close-in opportunities in that first half, but Araya Baker has been definitely the best player in the field either way here so far, making 3 or 4 really, really nice saves and allowing her teammates to take the lead into the break. Bethany Lutheran with the lone goal in the contest. That goal coming at 8:48 of the opening half. Riley Ping scoring her 6th goal of the season. It was a mixed tackle by the Yellow Jackets on the edge of their 18 that allowed Ping to come in, and before Quinn Clark could come down and cut down the angle as she came off of her line, Ping able to pick it up with the left foot and then slide it into the right side netting. Like I said, her 6th goal of the season, 8:48 the time, and that's where we stand. Your score, 1-0 at the break. Quick look at the numbers here so far, 45 minutes into this one. The Yellow Jackets with a 9-6 edge in total shots, including a 5-4 advantage in shots on goal. 2 corner kicks thus far for Bethany Lutheran. The Yellow Jackets have yet to have one. They total of 6 fouls whistled in the opening 45 minutes. 2 or 3 offsides here in this first half. I thought the Yellow Jackets had more than the 2. It was probably 3 or 4. There's only 2 so far here on the live stats, however. And as far as goalkeeper saves thus far, Araya Baker so far, like I said, the best player on the field through 45 minutes, 5 saves for Bethany Lutheran. Quinn Clark has 3 so far for the Yellow Jackets as the Vikings lead it by the score of 1-0. So that's your story, halfway home in this one. And with that being the case, we'll take another break and come back with more of our halftime programming right after this. This is UWS Women's Soccer on 91.3 FM KUWS streaming and also on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. About 4 minutes away from the start of the second half. We'll jump into our Yellow Jacket sports summary here. And our final segment of our halftime programming is sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll jump in with men's soccer. We'll be playing game 2 here later tonight against Bethany Lutheran on the men's side. The Yellow Jacket men now sitting at 12-6 overall, 10-0 in the UMAC. They fell to Gustavus 1-0 in their final regular season non-conference matchup on Sunday at the Gusty Soccer Field down in St. Peter, Minnesota. In that contest, the two teams went back and forth before a Yellow Jacket defensive miscue allowed Jack Isroff to net the game's lone tally off an assist from Kieran Mahan at 54-47 to give the Gusties the 1-0 victory. For the game, the Yellow Jackets outshot Gustavus 12-11 and 3-2 in shots on target. Patrick Sessions went all the way in goal and took the hard luck loss for the Yellow Jackets with one stop. In that one, as I mentioned, they'll be playing game 2 here against the Vikings later tonight, so stick around for that. 7 p.m. the opening kick, 6:45 or thereabouts. The pregame with yours truly. That will be a joint broadcast, by the way, on the regular radio waves at 91.3 FM KUWS and also here on Yellow Jacket TV as well. Volleyball sitting at 18-8 overall. They're 7-1 in the UMAC. They won their second straight on Saturday, defeating Bethany Lutheran 3-0 at the North Gym down in Mankato in their last action. In that match, the Yellow Jackets down the Vikings by set scores of 27-25, 25-17, and 25-20 while hitting 317 as a team in the match. With that win, UWS has now defeated Bethany Lutheran 17 straight times dating back to September 16th of 2017. Offensively, UWS was led by McKenna Holbein, who had 13 kills and 9 digs while hitting .391 for the match. From the center position, Colleen Claude and Gabby Schwartz combined to dish out 41 assists in the match, while defensively the Yellow Jackets were paced by Savannah Herring with 15 digs. Holbein was subsequently named UMAC Volleyball Offensive Player of the Week, while Herring was named UMAC Defensive Player of the Week, so congratulations to the two of them. Third action down the road, or actually not even down the road, down a few hundred feet from me, actually, taking on North Central at the Mertz tonight, 7 p.m. The opening serve of that one, 6:45. That'll be on another Yellow Jacket TV broadcast. Of course, I'm not there for that one, so. Men's and women's cross country, both teams were idle last week. They are next in action tomorrow down at the 2025 UMAC Cross Country Championships hosted at Winthrop Golf Course in Winthrop, Minnesota. The men's race will begin at 12 noon, while the women's race will begin at 1 p.m. Women's hockey, they're opening their season this weekend with a home series against Lake Forest in non-conference action down the road at Westman Arena. Opening face-off tonight is set for 7 p.m. against the Foresters, while opening face-off of Game 2 of that series is scheduled for tomorrow at 2 p.m. And men's hockey will open up their season with a non-conference road matchup against Marion at the Blue Line Family Ice Center down in Fond du Lac tomorrow night. That'll be a 7 p.m. opening face-off. That'll be a game that'll be broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS with John Garver on the call. So that's your Yellow Jacket Sports Summary. And with that, we will bring our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, to a close. We'll take one more quick break and then come back with the start of the second half of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Vikings. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Women's Soccer on 91.3 FM KUWS streaming and also on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Bethany Lutheran, half number 2. We'll see what kind of adjustments the two teams make here after that first half. Bethany Lutheran leading it by the score of 1-0. Jackets with a 9-6 advantage in shots, including a 5-4 advantage in shots on goal, but the only number that really matters is up on the scoreboard, and the Vikings have the lead there, 1-0, courtesy of Riley Ping, her 6th goal of the season at 8:48 of that first half. And like I said, we'll see what kind of adjustments both teams make here in this second 45 minutes. Cam Hill standing over it here at midfield, waiting to go ahead from our center referee. And the second half now officially underway. Yellow Jackets going from right to left in this second 45 minutes. Like I said, we'll see what kind of adjustments the two teams make here. As Neve Larson for the Jackets, who had a couple of good looks in that first half, sends the ball toward the Bethany Lutheran 18. Now here's the ball that comes down toward the top of the 18, turning and getting a shot away right away with the right foot is Hill, and it'll be grabbed by Baker. She'll hold on to it. And Araya Baker with now her sixth save of the game will give it a ride toward the near side. She was the best player for the Vikings in that first half. Sarah Cook will volley this one out of play near side. It'll be a throw here for Bethany Lutheran. Throw comes in. Now here is Julia Taylor for the Jackets, who's back in there. Neve Larson feeding it to the outside. Sophie Adler. Adler now on the cross and could not get around on it. Skips over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick here for Bethany Lutheran. By the way, the Jackets will be next in action in the UMAC tournament coming up this Wednesday, the 5th of November. For more information on that, you can go to uwsyellowjackets.com, find out where and when the Yellow Jackets will be playing. I think they're in line for a home game. I'm not sure, regardless of what happens tonight, but I could be wrong about that. In the meantime, now here is Megan Bergerson's ball. The left foot to the far side of the field, and Baker will come off of her line, and she will smother that one. In front of the on-rushing Neve Larson. Now she'll roll out to that far side for Emma Rowan. Now ball forward. That one picked up by Sophie Adler. Adler for the Jackets. Cam Hill now trying to make a move to her right edge of the 18. Has it taken off of her foot. Now it's Elena Lujan-Rubio for Bethany Lutheran. Playing for Reese Morad. Now Lujan-Rubio on her way, and now reaching out and grabbing her from behind is going to be Kasha Kovala. I'm not quite sure what the reason was for that. Tactical foul. Didn't need to reach out and grab her, however. Clear foul, and it'll be a free kick now for the Vikings. Just about 40 or 45 yards away from goal, and now they're going to stop the clock here with 42-44 remaining to be played here on the night. And Lujan-Rubio slow to get back up. Freshman Kovala just reaching out and grabbing the leading scorer in the conference, Elena Lujan-Rubio, with her 19 goals. And nobody's come out so far here to tend to Lujan-Rubio either. She's just on all fours over there. And now she's finally to her feet. Okay, taking a couple of deep knee bends here. She'll line this one up. Lujan-Rubio will get into this one, sends it in on goal, and this scores. Went right over the top of Quinn Clark, and the Jackets have got a big problem now, down 2-0. Goal number 20 on the season for Lujan-Rubio, unassisted. Went right over the top of Quinn Clark. Didn't get a good read on it, I don't think. Tried to go up, went right through her. Down from the post, underneath the crossbar, and in for the goal. And the Jackets in real trouble now, unless they start really picking it up here. 2-0 in favor of the Vikings. Adler now sending a ball to the corner. Neve Larson, Adler. Cleared back out now. Here is Neve Larson, and she'll dribble it out of play, right side. Throw now for the Yellow Jackets. Neve Larson now in for Kovala. Adler now for the Jackets will send it into the 18. Here's Beth Schneider trying to get a foot to it. Skips off of her foot and out of play. Goal kick here coming up now for the Vikings. Bethany Lutheran credit, they've finished their chances. The Jackets haven't. Simple as that. Baker off the goal kick now. Lujan Rubio now, the goal scorer. That one was from a good 40, 45 yards out, by the way. And now here's the ball for Morad, near side. Got through Charlie Lindsley. Morad trying to cross it in. Top of the 18 now. Lujan Rubio touching it around Julia Taylor. Now Lakander to the far side of the Yellow Jacket 18. Adler now lifting a ball toward midfield. That one brought down. Now Kovala. To the near side now, Taylor to Cook. To Cook now. Cam Hill. Beth Schneider. Back for Cook. Back for Cam Hill. And Hill now plays it to the far side of the field. Here's Neve Larson. Larson turning inside for the Jackets. Coming in at an angle. And now she'll play it off. It'll be the first corner kick of the match here for the Yellow Jackets. Larson will jog over and take it. Larson sending it into the 6. And that one will be sent wide now by Taylor. Goal kick now for Baker. Bergerson now. Pass for Cam Hill. Hopped over her foot, and then she barreled into Caitlin Bills. It'll be a foul on the Yellow Jackets. Off the free kick now comes in Yellow Jacket territory. Bring Crystal. Bergerson now to the outside. Here's Adler. Adler now going backwards in her own end of the field. Charlie Lindsley to the far side now. Larson. And the Jackets will turn it over as they send it toward midfield. Picked off here by Bills. Now Lujan Rubio turns around UWS's Bryn Crystal and will take a 30-yard shot that'll come in, saved by Clark. Now Bergerson for the Jackets. Sending a ball forward. And now a foul going to be called on Adler as she tried to intercept the ball toward midfield. Now ball sent near side. Taylor. Comes back for Julia Taylor. Sends it to the wide side now. Here's Neve Larson. Now Larson's pass way off the mark intended for Beth Schneider. Picked off. Now Kovala. Kovala now blows a tire, but she does draw a throw as she played it off of the Vikings' Riley Ping on that far side. A ball up the middle. That one intercepted again. The Vikings, it's Reese Morad. Sing it to the near side, and another foul going to be called here on the Yellow Jackets. And we're going to have our first yellow card for Kasha Kovala here. Lucky she didn't get one earlier when she reached out and grabbed a Lujan Rubio. That was a play, by the way, that led to the second goal. Clock stops, 36:46 remaining. Not sure who the injured party is here for Bethany Lutheran. Jackets came in the weekend with a chance to win another conference title, but boy, do they have an uphill climb now to get that done. We're going to probably have to win both games. Down by a pair. Nearly 10 minutes in the second half. Really haven't created much on offense here so far in the second half. I think it might be Ping that was down for the Vikings. Actually, it's Roxy Rayberg on the far side. That is the player who got injured. So it'll be a free kick here for Bethany Lutheran. The Vikings in command right now, leading at 2-0. Jackets had a couple of opportunities in the first half. Araya Baker made the save, and the Vikings, who have had probably two really good scoring opportunities, the two that they've cashed in on just have been clinical. The Jackets have not. Simple as that. Free kick now for the Vikings, coming near side. Here's Crystal. All picked up now by Kia Lakander. And now Neve Larson gets taken out, and they're going to say that that's a clean play on the far side. Throw coming up. It went to hip. It will be a throw now for the Vikings right near midfield. Now Larson flicking a ball over the top. Larson for the Yellow Jackets, trying to cross it in. Pass was off the mark, trying to get it for Hill. Edge of the 18, cleared by the Vikings. Throw now coming in, far side. Adler for the Yellow Jackets. Now Crystal volleying the ball forward toward midfield. Brought down by Lakander. Now Adler sends it over midfield. And Bills will take the safe route. So play it out for a Yellow Jacket throw. Neve Larson in for Kovala. Kasha Kovala. Larson will go back now for Adler. Now Larson. Heavy touch there from Crystal. Now it's the Cook. Her pass outside picked off. Now Larson intercepts. Neve Larson trying to step through. She gets run into by Bills. We play on. Bryn Crystal. Kovala now for the Yellow Jackets. She gets stood up. Now Bergerson. Turns it over to Mia Johnson. Now it's Lakander. Excuse me. This ball comes up the middle. And Quinn Clark now for Megan Bergerson. Bergerson now hitting a ball into traffic. And now we're going to have a foul called on the Yellow Jackets, Julia Taylor. She came in the back of Lakander. Slow start to the half for the Jackets here. And they've had a lot of the wind of their sails taken out of them, or taken out of their sails, I should say, by the goal of Elena Lujan Rubio from 40 or 45 yards out. Now Bergerson. Drawing a foul, shielding off a couple of Vikings in her own territory. And off the free kick, it'll go out for a Yellow Jacket throw. Taylor to Cook will take it near side. Taylor hitting it back. No ball up the middle. That one intercepted, and now here's Cam Hill. Hill for the Yellow Jackets. Jackets losing possession again. Now Baker. And now ball will be sprayed out by the Vikings. Far side will be a throw here for the Yellow Jackets. Throw taken here by Adler. Charlie Lindsley now. Neve Larson. Larson set to take the throw, and the Jackets will make a substitution here, a couple of them, in fact. Lindau and Emma Wright going to come in. Taylor will come out, as will Kasha Kovala. .32 minutes remaining second half. 2-0 in favor of Bethany Lutheran. A goal in each half for the Vikings thus far. And now a ball out off of Lindau, far side. Vikings will have a throw. Out again off the Yellow Jackets. Another throw coming up. And this time the Vikings will make a couple of substitutions. They might be content to just try to salt this away here. The Jackets really have not looked threatening at all here in the second half. Best opportunities came in about the first 25, 30 minutes of half number one. Jackets really haven't created much since then. Throw comes in now. Jackets with Emma Wright now taking over. Here's Cam Hill now. Now Wright going to the far side. That one picked off and cleared out by the Vikings. It'll be a throw now for the Jackets, far side. Throw for Larson. Now Beth Schneider, top of the 18, and a try from about 20 yards out, well over the top of the goal from Cam Hill with the right foot. It's actually Sonia Root that's checked in for the Jackets for the first time. Speaking of which, Root to the near side. I thought it was Lindau, but it's Sonia Root. Now Taylor to Cook. To Cook for the Yellow Jackets. Playing it back, here's Root. Here's Lindsley. Right. Laying it off now. Neve Larson. Larson now, and her pass behind Right, and that's out of play. Jackets looking a lot like how they played against McAllister on Tuesday, if I'm being honest here. First touches haven't been particularly sharp. The passing has not been sharp at all, especially since halftime. And they're down by 2 goals. Now Neve Larson turning, gets a shot away, and that one is well wide of the target. Off that goal kick, Larson just turning and firing away. Miss it by about 6-7 yards to the left. Goal kick here coming up. Baker taking it, skips through a pair of feet, finds Morad near midfield. Now Root for the Yellow Jackets, gets bumped out by Lujan Rubio. Schneider now for the Jackets, playing it into space. Heavy first touch that time from Bryn Crystal, and it'll go to the far side. Now Adler finding Emma Wright. Wright Pass was well behind the intended recipient. Neve Larson. Now trying to turn with it is Bryn Crystal. And Lujan Rubio now will turn. Ball into space now for Morad. Skips through everybody. And Sophie Adler now will send it to the far side. Here's Emma Wright. Now Cam Hill. And Baker now will take her time as it comes into her 18. She'll grab it ahead of the onrushing Emma Wright. She'll hold on to it here. Gives a ride toward midfield. Hill now for the Yellow Jackets has it poked away from her. Bryn Crystal now. And now a heavy ball coming in the 18. Another easy play here for Baker. Isn't really any pace or looks like any kind of cohesion in what the Yellow Jackets are doing offensively at the moment. Just a lot of balls in the 18, sort of aimlessly right now, to be perfectly honest. And here's Root. Here's Rayberg now. Weaving it for Lujan Rubio. Charlie Lindsley now intercepting. Neve Larson. Emma Wright. Wright for the Yellow Jackets coming forward. Trying a cross. Comes up the middle. Now Cam Hill. Hill will turn. Tries to get a shot away. That one's blocked. Now to Cook trying to head it forward. Here's Root now. Running headlong into Cam Hill, who just sends it in the 18 with the left foot. Sort of summarizes the game for the Jackets here. .35 left. Jackets staring at a 2-goal deficit. Haven't lost in conference yet, but that is definitely in jeopardy here tonight the way things are going. Now Rayberg sending it to the far side of the field. Flag stays down. Here's Ping, who scored the first goal of the game. And now this one will be just sent out of play by Sonia Root. Far side. Throw coming up here for the Vikings. We'll have a brief post-game recap once we go final, by the way. In the meantime, Yellow Jacket fans, get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jacket Sideline store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jacket Sideline store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. As we come back to live action, now Larson into the 18. Now here's the Cook with the left foot playing it to the left. I'm not quite sure where she was trying to go with that either. Baker will give it a ride now after she grabbed that one in the 18. Johnson, now Lujan Rubio. Bryn Crystal now turning it over. Back for Mia Johnson. And now here's Beth Schneider trying to make a move to the left side. She'll pull up. Now plays the ball back. Here's Bryn Crystal. Crystal now sending it wide side, looking for Emma Wright. And Wright with the left foot. Now Larson playing it toward the 6. That one picked off and cleared away again. Substitution now for the Jackets as Lindau does come in now. Lily Clocker also comes back in. Crystal looks like she'll come out, as will Beth Schneider. Now this one will be chipped out by Neve Larson off of a Viking player for a Yellow Jacket throw, far side of the field. Throw comes in now. Here's Root. Her pass to the outside, that was easily picked off. Now playing it up the middle, here's Bergerson. Bergerson for the Yellow Jackets. And now Cam Hill. The heavy touch as it came to her on the right foot. Now Lujan Rubio as the Jackets turning over again. First touches have been a real problem the last 2 games for the Jackets, and we're seeing it again here tonight. Just not tight enough with the ball. And now this one will go out of play. Another throw here for the Jackets. More than halfway through the second half. Vikings with a goal in each half, leading it by 2. Now Neve Larson. They'll be next in action tomorrow, will the Jackets? Taking on Martin Luther in the season finale before the UMAC tournament starts. Larson now turning and crossing it weakly in toward the end line, and that one will be easily grabbed by Baker. Baker giving a ride toward midfield. Now here's Morad for Bethany Lutheran. And this one now out near side. It'll be a throw for the Yellow Jackets. Bergerson on the throw. Charlie Lindsley now for the Yellow Jackets. You could argue has been the best player on the field for UWS tonight. On the right foot. Plays it up the middle. Nobody there in a white jersey. Picked off easily by Mia Johnson. Now here's a back pass picked off by Hill. And then she turned into traffic. Couldn't handle the ball. Vikings on clearing the Yellow Jacket territory. Here's Adler. Back for Lindsley. Now Sophie Adler. Lily Clocker to the outside for Emma Wright. And that one will be tackled out by the Vikings. They've been reading the Yellow Jackets really well defensively. UWS has not really altered their plan of attack here, along with the first touches not being good enough. As Lindsley's pass. Another heavy touch from Larson. She lost control of it, and then she ran into another player. And now she's going to get a yellow card. We've seen that happen a couple of times now. Well, the first touch has not been good enough. Player turns and gets a foul. And now she'll get a yellow card as a result. 19:58 left to play. Second yellow card against the Yellow Jackets here in this half. Now off the free kick, it's Lujan Rubio coming forward. Clocker. Emma Wright. Her pass in the middle, that's picked off. Now they'll send it near side. Here's Mia Johnson. Johnson now. Now Julia Lindau. Playing it short. Neve Larson. Turning and hitting a hopeful ball to the outside. Clocker picking up the second ball. And now Adler angling it. Here's Wright. Emma Wright for the Yellow Jackets. Coming in at an angle. Stripped of the ball by Emma Rowe on far side. Now Larson. And that one will go out of play. It'll be a throw now for the Yellow Jackets. Mercedes Burmeister going to check in for UWS now off this throw, as is Brooke Judnick. Throw from Larson. Neve Larson now coming central. Here's Lindau. Her shot blocked. Lujan Rubio picks it up now for Bethany, and we'll play it on now. Rayberg. Now the Vikings coming forward again. Here's Ping, and she'll be whistled on the offside. 17 minutes, 43 seconds left. Now Root. We'll play it on the right side. Now Rayberg taking over near midfield. Turning now, Lujan Rubio. Now Lindau for the Yellow Jackets. And that one deflect off the referee. Gonna be a drop ball here. Given to the Yellow Jackets, and then they turn it right over. And that kind of play really does kind of tell the tale for the Yellow Jackets there. A drop ball, and they immediately turn it over. Johnson now. All popped up into the air. Bergerson for the Yellow Jackets now trying to come forward. Brooke Judnick is about 3 yards offside as they play her up the near side. That's the second time she's been caught on that one today. Free kick here coming up. Caitlin Bills will take it. Jackets, like I said, have one more regular season game tomorrow against Martin Luther before they head to the UMAC tournament. As Mercedes Burmeister now sending this ball over the top. Baker coming near side. This one, I think, will make its way out for a Yellow Jacket throw near sideline. And more substitutions here for UWS. Clocker and Adler are going to check out. Emma Wright's also going to come out. Crystal comes back in, as does Beth Schneider. And I think that's Abby Carlson on the far side. That's also checked in for UWS. Burmeister's throw. Edge of the 18. Judnick. And could not get around on a left-footed cross in the side netting. No danger there. It'll be a goal kick here coming up. Off the goal kick. Ball coming near side now. Burmeister will run it down. Now Root. Her pass to the outside. That's played away. It'll be another throw here for UWS. And here's the throw in now for Neve Larson. Larson now getting around Bills. Coming in at an angle. Neve Larson with the shot attempt right at the keeper. And Larson will make the save. Check that. It's Baker making the save on Larson. And now a ball up the middle off of Bryn Crystal in the Yellow Jacket bench on the far side. And Larson just powered it right into Baker, who was just waiting for it on that left side. Had a couple of looks. That's the first really good look the Jackets have had in the entire half. Give you an idea of how it's been going here offensively. And not only that, the Yellow Jackets need 2 now, and we have less than 14 minutes. And now a pass to the outside from Larson, out of play. Clock stops, 13:45 left. Morad comes back into the game, by the way, for the Vikings. Rayberg also in. As the throw comes in now, here's Neve Larson. Overhitting a pass for Judnick. That'll be easy again for Baker. And now Baker, all she has to do is hold on to it. Judnick comes in, make sure that she picks up the ball. And we'll have a brief post-game recap, sponsored by Synovus Energy, but the way this is going, we won't have much to talk about. Morad now. Getting around Burmeister. And hits Johnson in the back of the heels with the pass. Lindau now for UWS. Charlie Lindsley. Now Brooke Judnick. And she'll overhead a feed to the wing now, looking for Beth Schneider. Throw taken now by the Vikings. Judnick forces a throw now back to the way for the Yellow Jackets. Now Burmeister will take it. Vikings able to clear it. Back toward midfield. Now Bergerson. Now for Judnick. Cleared away now by the Vikings near side. Bergerson. Rayberg. Now Ping on the far side for the Vikings. Sends a ball for Lujan Rubio over midfield. Now Carlson gets stripped of the ball. Now Lindau for the Yellow Jackets. Trying to send it near side. Schneider for the Yellow Jackets now will send it to the far wing looking for Carlson. And the first one there. Emma Rowan for Bethany Lutheran will clear it away. It'll be a throw now for UWS. Throw in now. Here's Neve Larson. Here's Burmeister now coming forward. Bryn Crystal flicking it on now. Here's Brooke Judnick. Her shot blocked by traffic. And the Vikings able to clear it. Near side now Burmeister. Root. Bergerson. Now Judnick gets around a couple of players. Judnick still on the go, and the Jackets still can't get a shot away. Cleared to the far side. Now here's Carlson. Trying to cross it in. And that'll come in on a hop, and it'll be grabbed here by Baker. Now the ball comes all the way back in the Yellow Jacket territory. Bergerson plays it in the 18 for Quinn Clark, excuse me. Bergerson, her ball toward midfield, knocked down by the Vikings. Now Root. Lujan Rubio. It will dispossess her. Now Bills will lift it near side. Throw comes in now. Here's Root. That ball intercepted by Winkleman. Sends it over midfield. Back for Lindsley. Carlson losing it on the far wing. Morad. Playing it back now. Here's Johnson. Onside, got behind Schneider. Gets her shot away. Save is made. And it'll go out for a corner kick. Johnson got around Beth Schneider, came in on the right side, got a shot away. Clark made the save, and it'll be a corner kick here for Bethany. Corner kick here taken by Lujan Rubio. In toward the 6, grabbed by Clark. Clark will roll it now near side. Here's Bergerson. Bergerson, Julia Lindau. And then Lindau overhitting a ball forward. It's been the same story for the Yellow Jackets, and when they've struggled, this has been the pattern. Taking too many touches and then just hitting it over the top. Very low percentage play at this level of soccer if you're going to keep doing that for an entire 90 minutes. But that's where we are right now as we tick down toward the last 7.5. Bills now to the far side with that pass. Rowan, and now foul going to be called on Larson. She needs to be careful. She's on a yellow card already. Now Larson sending another ball into the 18. Again, just that same play over and over again for the Jackets over the top. Because they're out of ideas, it looks like, at this point, to be perfectly honest. Saw it a lot against McAllister on Tuesday, seeing it again here tonight against Bethany Lutheran. Now Sonia Root for the Jackets. Overhitting a pass to the far side. And it'll be a throw now coming up for the Yellow Jackets, taken here by Larson. Now Larson will cross it into the 18. Headed away by Lujan Rubio. Burmeister's pass up the middle, intercepted. Peyton Danielson doing the defensive work there for Bethany Lutheran on that exchange. Sonia Root. Now Burmeister. Now Beth Schneider takes a heavy touch to the middle, and they'll draw a foul on Lujan Rubio. Jackets really need this free kick to go well here. This one about 25 yards away from goal as the foul is called on Lujan Rubio. Taking down Beth Schneider, who came central on that pass to the left side. Clock continuing to move, 5:40 to left. Neve Larson will take it. Larson with the shot, coming in on goal, right at Baker again. She'll move to her right and make the save. Baker now giving a ride toward midfield. Met by Root. Flicked up in the air. Now Root. Lindsley now over the top. Flag goes up. Lindau's offside. Well, the Jackets are going to have a lot to think about between now and tomorrow. Because the same stuff we saw against McAllister is rearing its ugly head here again tonight. Hill now checking back in. She'll take out Judnick as the throw comes in. Trying to release Hill on that far side, picked off by Bills. The Vikings have read that play pretty much all night long on that right side. The Jackets keep trying to go there, though, and it isn't there. Throw taken quickly now. And it'll go out again. Another throw here for the Jackets. Now the throw comes to the edge of the 18. Bethany Lutheran able to clear it up the middle. Now Burmeister will just take a long shot from about 30 yards out. That'll skip in, and that's easy pickings for Baker again. Baker giving it a ride. Rayberg. Now sending it forward. Here's Lujan Rubio. Playing it to the outside. Now Lujan Rubio. Zone your route for the Jackets. Now we'll play it into space. Neve Larson on the run. Winkleman will get there first and she'll play it out. Long throw coming up from Burmeister now near side. 2.5 to play. Throw comes in, turning away from it was Larson. Now Burmeister, and she'll spray that one way off the target and wide to the right. It's a repeat of the Crown game if you're the Yellow Jackets. Repeat of McAllister on Tuesday. Goal kick now for Baker. Crystal laying it off. Burmeister. Larson. Lindau trying to force a pass toward the middle. Vikings able to break it up. Now Larson. And the Vikings will clear it. Jackets going to lose this one, it appears. 1:45 left, down by 2. Now ball comes in the 18. There's a shot and they score! Neve Larson will get the goal on this one. Might be too little too late, however. Jackets just flaying the ball into the 18 on that one. Larson finally taking a step to her right and putting that ball in the back of the net. That goal coming at 88-21. For Larson, it'll be her 10th of the season. Double check who got the assist. Now Lindau. And now this ball by Hill to the far side as we approach 1 minute left. This one will be played away now by the Vikings. Burmeister will line it up. 75 seconds left. Jackets now putting all the numbers forward. Burmeister, high angling throw. Comes in and unable to get a positive touch on it was Bryn Crystal. Did we ever see who got the assist on that? No. Okay. Going to a minute now left in this one. Goal kick coming near side now. Lindau coming in to intercept. And it'll go out off of Julia Lindau. 40 seconds left. Lujan Rubio now will send it toward midfield. Clark now for the Jackets will take it down. This ball now up the middle. Vikings will clear it back over midfield. 20 seconds left. Now Morad knocking it down. Jackets are going to get onto the feet here. 10 seconds left, and that's going to about do it here. The Vikings are going to defeat the Yellow Jackets 2-1. And we're going to jump right into our postgame show with 2 seconds. And the Vikings defeat the Yellow Jackets 2-1. Jump right into our postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy. Scoring in this one as we go into it, Riley Ping with the first goal of the game coming at 8:48, her 6th of the season to make it 1-0. Then Elena Lujan Rubio with the goal that really broke the Yellow Jackets back in this one. Free kick from about 45 yards out. She drew a yellow card on the Yellow Jackets to boot, and then lobbed it about a 45-yard shot. That made it 2-0. Ping's goal, by the way, came on a missed tackle by the Jackets on the left side. And Ping was able to slide it into the side netting at 8:48 for her sixth. That was how that first goal went. Elena Lujan Rubio's goal came, like I said, on a foul by the Yellow Jackets about 45 yards away from goal. Drew a yellow card on top, and then she lofted a 45-yard shot over the top of Quinn Clark in the back netting the back netting. I'll get it out eventually. Just bear with me here. For her 20th goal of the season, unassisted at 42-46 remaining in regulation time, and that made it 2-0, and that about did it. I mean, Neve Larson got the goal for the Yellow Jackets at 88-21. Never did get the assist on that one, but it was far too little too late for the Yellow Jackets. Just not a good performance from UWS. Saw the same problems that we saw against McAllister, same problems we saw against Crown. Just the Jackets running out of ideas when the initial route was not there. The first touches were not particularly good either. And as a result, the Yellow Jackets go down by the score of 2-1. Final shots in the game, Jackets with a 20-9 edge in total shots, including a 10-7 edge in shots on goal. 4 corner kicks taken in the contest, 3 by Bethany Lutheran. A total of 13 fouls were called, 8 of them against the Yellow Jackets. UWS also whistled for 5 offsides. Bethany Lutheran whistled for 1. And in terms of goalkeeper saves, Araya Baker, who you could make the argument, other than maybe Lujan Rubio was the best player on the field tonight, definitely was the best player in that first half. Maybe overall you could give it to Lujan Rubio because her second goal for the Vikings really was the backbreaker for the Jackets. But Araya Baker with 9 saves in the contest to get the win. Quinn Clark takes the loss for the Yellow Jackets with 5 stops. With the loss now, the Jackets 8-7-4 in the season. They have 1 more contest tomorrow before they hit to the UMAC tournament against Martin Luther. That'll be a 1 p.m. opening kick here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, and that'll be our next broadcast. That'll be a joint broadcast, by the way, on 91.3 FM KUWS and also here on Yellow Jacket TV as well. Big thank you to Evan Ludwig, who is my producer in game number 1. Also big thank you to Gus Shupp, who was my engineer back at the studio at 91.3 FM. And a big thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Hope to join us for the regular season finale for the Yellow Jacket women as they try to get some momentum heading into the UMAC tournament tomorrow against Martin Luther. So for Gus Beck at 91.3 FM and also for Evan Ludwig at Yellow Jacket TV, this is Matt Johnson. One more time repeating the final score. Bethany Lutheran 2, Yellow Jackets 1. Thanks for listening, everybody. The men's game coming up in about a half hour, so stick around for that. This has been UWS Women's Soccer on 91.3 FM KUWS streaming and also on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.